everyone. This is another session that we have for Business Talks with Dr. Abide Mitalabi. Wherever you're connecting with us from, or joining us from, or watching from, we want to say a big welcome to you. I am your host, Chine Okezie, the social media manager for Leverage Seed Limited. And we have our special guest speaker, Dr. Abide Mitalabi, here with us today. Please, sir, can you kindly introduce us to Dr. Abide?
Okay, thank you so much, Chineye. So, good afternoon. Okay, from the UAE, I'm saying good afternoon to our viewers, and good morning, good evening to our viewers from depending on from wherever they are watching. So, I'm Dr. Abide Mitalabi. I'm a crop scientist, and I'm also a business leader. I'm happy to be here today to talk to you on the fears and experiences of a single income earner. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's lovely having you today, and we look forward to more insights. The last session we had was a very wonderful one, and we learned a lot. And today we are going to be looking at the fears of being a single income earner. So, sir, before we begin, I would like to ask a question. What are some of the common fears that single income earners face?
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful question. So the first thing I would say before answering your question is that it's not a bad thing to start off as a single income earner. As a matter of fact, everybody will start off as a single income earner, so it's not a bad thing. But there are some, concerns and anxieties that come along with being a single income earner, and one of them is financial instability. When you are a single income earner, you are always financially unstable. You are always scared of not having enough money to cover your expenses, emergencies, and also some unexpected bills. That is number one. Another thing is that, especially for salary earners, the fear of job loss is a major anxiety that comes with, having just a single income source. You're scared that if you lose your job and then, there will be a lot of consequences of losing your job on your livelihood, and you might not be able to take care of your family and stuff like that. So another thing also is that people who are single income earner, they are always scared of illness and disability. You know that if you are working in a place and you become sick, there you can be sick and you can take some sick leave for a couple of days. After a while, if you are incapacitated, so to say, then you cannot continue to work, right? So the appointment will be terminated. So these are some of the fears also that comes along with being a single income earner. Again, some of them also have these anxieties around retirement planning because they're just having one single source of income and there are a lot of things to spend money on. So they really panic when it's close to retirement time and they have not really been able to save up for retirement and stuff like that. So, and also depending on the single income source, generally, it makes you look very vulnerable, very vulnerable. Money is a defense. The absence of it is an offense. So if you don't have money, if you don't have income sources that makes you to feel like you are secured, you are a bit scared sometimes. You don't even pray anything happens that you are not really able to attend to. So those are just a few. There are a lot more. Of course, for example, if your kids are becoming of age also and you have just one income source, you are beginning to wonder how you are going to raise money for their schooling. You want your children to have the best education and stuff like that. So these are some of the anxieties and the fears that comes with being a single income earner. There are a lot more, but I'll just mention those few for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. How do these people overcome those fears of being a single income earner? What advice do you have for them to enable them to overcome these fears?
Okay, so thank you very much. Well, the fears are there, and like I mentioned earlier, it's not everybody start off as a single income earner. So, but one thing that would help you if you are having just one single income source, you cannot joke with budget and financial planning. Okay, so if you have just one single income source, you have to pay very close attention to where your money is going and you have to know how to prioritize your expenses. So if you can do that, you know what you are going to spend on, exactly what you are spending those money on, and it will help you a lot to have some peace of mind. That's number one. Another thing also is that you need to start considering, you know having having this emergency savings. Having an emergency savings is very, very important. for somebody who is depending on just one income source. So you need to save up for at least, you need to have enough money that can cover your living expenses for at least 3 to 6 months. If you have that as a single income, and at least it will give you some level of relief. Of course, it will still not completely eliminate the fear, but at least you will be a bit stabilized, right? And another thing I would like to talk about, which is the third one, is that if you're a single income earner, the only way to permanently take away the fear is to diversify your income sources. You need to have additional income sources. There is no gainsaying. If you don't have that additional income source, you will still keep having these fears, even if you are trying to if you're having the mitigation plans in place, right? And another thing also is that as a single income earner, you cannot joke with insurance. Okay, medical insurance, disability insurance, life insurance, these are things that single income earners should never joke with. So if your organization is not providing that, you have to work and provide for that for yourself as a single income earner. You don't joke with them. Then another thing is that you need to now start investing in continuous learning and skill development. I would also recommend for single income earners to look out for mentors who are now doing what you aspire to do in future. Mentors who were once single income earners like you, but now they have diversified income portfolio, and you want to invest to see that they are able to bring you up to speed and help you to come out of the current situation that you have. So, and you also have to network and build social support system, because this helps you a lot. You have people referring you for jobs and some other stuff. So these are a few things. And also you should prioritize self-care. Because because you're a single income earner, you have high blood pressure, then you start managing that for life. So do exercise, try to do things that make you happy, relax, take time for leisure, and this should really help. I think it should. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Dr. Abidemi. This was very encouraging and helpful. So we won't be
Welcome.
having this session if you aren't once a single income earner, if I'm to say so. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had the experience of what it means to be a single income earner. So can you share with us your experience, and how did you have your own fears, and how were you even able to overcome them? So please share with
Okay.
us, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sure. Like I mentioned earlier, we all start off as single income earners. Those times
Yeah.
when I was a single income earner, sometimes I would even be scared that my vehicle should not develop any fault. Because if the vehicle should develop any fault, I wasn't having any backup, funds to take care of the emergency. So I have been a single income earner before, and most times I run out of my salary within half month. Even sometimes my take home is not enough to take me home, so I panic many times. And whenever I was going to the ATM, I would be double sure that I have something there, because sometimes it could be a disgrace. You are trying to withdraw money and it's saying insufficient funds, and you have some people behind you and stuff like that. So these were some of the experiences that I had back then, being a single income earner. I was really scared of any emergencies because I wasn't just prepared for that, right? So I was always like, God, I don't want to run into problems. So of course now also I don't want to run into problems, but you know how it is when you don't have money to take care of, this kind of emergencies when they occur. So those were really my fears, and I was just very careful every time. I was always, I don't want to do it. I am just over careful anyway. That's what I would say. Being a single income earner, that's the way it has been. Then I decided that okay, you know, uh, so those were just my fears and experiences before I decided to start diversifying my income sources. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. It's
You know.
good to learn from your experience and also use it as a way to also improve ourselves as single income earners. So, the next question I have for you is, what did you do to change your financial story?
Okay, thank you so very much. I have mentioned some of those things earlier. The first thing I did was that when I was having a single income source, I tried to prioritize my budgeting, and I
Mm,
wanted to be very sure of what to prioritize. What were the things I was spending the money on? I needed to be sure of that. Then I decided I was intentional about diversifying my income sources. So I started looking out for options to you know have additional income source. I wasn't going to quit my 9 to 5. Of course, we know that you cannot quit your 9 to 5 to now before you start diversifying your income sources. So I knew I just had to keep working while I work at having my own side hustle. So I started having my own side hustle. From there, then I also started having mentors, who have been in my shoes before, and they are out of my predicament. So they are helping me out. They help me to plan my finances, have my financial projections and directions and all of that. And those are the things I was doing. But I was also setting realistic goals. You know, Initially, also when I was a single income earner, I was always also prioritizing trying to have these emergency funds at least that can cover expenses for at least 3 months. So these were the few things that I did when I was a single income earner before I eventually, diversified my portfolio. At least I have one, two, three incomes now. Yeah, yeah,
Wow, that's very inspiring. We too
thank
want to also have our own several sources of income. So,
you. Yeah.
as an single income earner, what are some ways that we as single income earners can increase our own earning potentials or even pursue alternative sources of income?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. It's a very wonderful one. So the first thing I want to say is that as a single income earner, learning never stops, right? So always continue to upskill yourself rather, upskill yourself, get new skills, additional skills to improve on whatever you are currently doing, and then start seeking also opportunities that you can do while you are still doing your 9 to 5. So, for example, I recommend to people to actually do online business because you can do it while you are still doing your paid employment, right? And the better part of it is that there are some of these online businesses that they are automated and they just require about 1 to 2 hours of your time on a daily basis, right? So if you are doing this kind of business, you would go to your normal 9 to 5, fulfill your commitments to your employer, and after you get back home, maybe from 8 to 10 in the night, you just attend to your online business and you're good to go. And the online
Yeah,
business runs while you are sleeping also because you continue to earn even while you're sleeping. Like what Warren Buffett said, that if you don't learn how to make money while you're sleeping, you will work till you die, right? So continue at your current 9 to 5, but start a side hustle, the one that would give you flexibility of time and schedule. So this is what I would suggest. And also continue to upskill yourself, get more skills, improve your knowledge, and then the sky will be the starting point. At least that's a good starting point for you before you now, have much more diversified portfolios. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir. So we can trust that there's a source of income, online source of income, where we can work, do a 9 to 5 work without even being bothered or it's being automated even without our own input. So
Yeah.
that's something anybody who is listening or watching this should actually want to venture into like immediately, no wasting of time. So once
Yeah.
again, if you're just joining us and you missed out in the previous session and also um, joining us here for the first time, you're welcome from wherever you're connecting with us from or watching from. So you can always go back to watch the playback of the last session we had with Dr. Bidemi, and you can also watch the recording of this as well if you missed what we've discussed earlier. So, Dr. Bidemi, the next question I'd like to ask you is how can single income earners, how can they achieve financial independence? People always look for how they will get financial independence without having to hustle for their 9 to 5 jobs and have something that they can easily earn from. So how do they achieve financial independence without sacrificing their personal and professional goals? Because most people have gone through that and they've still not found a solution on how to overcome this. So what do you have to say about this?
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful question. Nanye. It's a bit similar to the earlier question you asked, but I would answer again. So you have financial, you have your personal and professional goals, and you don't want to compromise them, right? And you want something extra. So that's why I said keep doing what you are doing, but seek for another opportunity that has some flexibility of timing and location, right? So, for example, the kind of internet business that I do, you can work from anywhere and at any time. All you need is a phone, mobile phone, smartphone, right? Internet connectivity and
Yeah.
laptop. And so such also applies to many other internet businesses out there that you can actually run the business from anywhere, okay? From the comfort of your home, when you are relaxed at night, even when you're on business trip, you can, excuse me please, you can easily bring out your phone and then you can check out and do your business from there. So this is that's one of the things that I so much love about, digital business, and that's why I recommend this to people who actually don't want to sacrifice their personal and professional goals while they are seeking out to diversify their income sources. So this will be my response. Just seek out this opportunity, take a leap of faith. You have to first invest in the knowledge of the business before you invest in the business itself, right? And this is the reason why I've always advised people, look out for people who are doing well already for themselves, people who have gone through whatever you are going through now, and then they can guide you. And for example, I also guide people. I'm helping everyday people, especially career enthusiasts who are actually relying only on their salaries presently. I am helping them to also get started using the same system that I've used that has worked for thousands of people across the globe, right? So, and all of this can be found from our website, which is displayed www.abidemitalabi.com. So, I recommend this for those who are really desiring to diversify their income sources, and we're also available to guide on other options as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. I'm sure our viewers have comments to make. So if you have any comments, you can feel free to drop in the comment section. So, Dr. Abidemi, do you have any final words for our viewers?
Okay. So, well, my final words are very, very few. What I will just say is this: 1,000 intentions are not as powerful as one action. Okay. So if you are listening to us out there, if you don't change, nothing will change, right? So because when I had my own, predicaments, when I was a single income earner, I had to take that leap of faith before I saw the changes that I'm seeing today. So if you don't change anything today, you will remain like that for a couple of years to come. And you will look back and ask yourself the reason why you really didn't take that step, right? Why didn't you just take the leap of faith and see? We all get skeptical at first, but you just have to take the leap of faith. And we also take calculated risk, right? But there is no risk, no gain without risk. So the gain is actually for those who take the risk, who take the leap of faith, who took action on their goals, who took actions on their intentions, right? So I'm just saying out to you, take action right now. And how can you take action? It's very simple. If you want to start with us today, just go to my website, www.abitemitalabi.com, put your name there, put your email address. A link will be sent to you, a link for you to attend a webinar or to watch a replay. And during that webinar, everything about the kind of business that I do will be explained to you there. You can then see for yourself and take a decision whether this business is right for you or not. I look forward to having you guys on the inside, and that will be my last word. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much. We've had a very wonderful and insightful session today, and I'm sure those of us who are single income earners, we've learned how to overcome our fears of not having the opportunity to be financially independent. So now with Dr. Bidimi's insights, you now have access to an online business that won't even affect your 9 to 5 job or your daily hustle. And you see any money without even putting in so much work and effort. It's automated. So this alone, it's intriguing, and I'm sure most of us now are already heading to his website at www.abidemitalabi.com to register. And it's very easy, and the webinar is free resources as well. So I don't know what anyone else will be waiting for. So let us hurry and sign up for this free webinar, and you will gain more insightful online business tips as you sign up for this. And then you also get access to a free coach and someone who will put you through all the way. So if I were in your shoes, because I as well, I've signed up for this, and I can also tell you for a fact that I've gained so much insight from this, and it's actually helps you to elevate and pay for all your dues. Imagine living a life where you are less worried, any income from your 9 to 5 job, and also have something else where income is coming in from. It actually helps you to be financially stable and independent. And I hope you choose the right way by starting to sign up for his website as uploaded on the screen. We hope to see you again next week, this same date and time. And let's look forward to more. We look forward to more insights from you, Dr. Abidemi. We've learned so much, and
Thank you
we're
so
happy
much.
to be a part of this live webinar. And we look forward to more business talks with you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Enjoy the
Yes, sir.
rest of the day. All right.
You
Bye.
too. Okay, take
Thank you.
care, viewers. Bye.
Bye. Bye.